Well, look, it's a very special day for us because we are talking to Anthony Daniels in just a moment. But first, the reason he's here is because there is a brand new holiday special, a Lego's Star Wars holiday special launching today on Disney Plus. Now, in 1978, there was a holiday special that was panned by critics, fans, and the actors themselves. But this new Lego Star Wars holiday special makes up for all of that. Have a look at this. It's hilarious.
The galaxy's past.
Sorry. Oh, Master Luke!
What are you doing?
This is so cool! We've seen my master. My master's master.
Concentrate.
My master's father.
Impressive.
My master's father's master.
Emperor Palpatine? I don't believe it.
You think maybe you could put a shirt on?
It's a key to travel across space and time.
I will change the future.
So sure are you?
Less talky, more fighty.
Pod races. Jigs. Oh, double jigs.
Oh,
So cute.
Ooh, gimme. Galaxy's best emperor. Meh.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Music.
a time of joy. This is
Ray.
a friendship, a family.
Who are you guys?
Master Skywalker.
My son. These binary sons.
Junta solos?
You want to shoot first?
After you.
Well, Anthony Daniels is one of the many famous voices in this special, and he joins us now. Anthony, welcome to the Ben Robin Robbo Show.
Our pleasure.
Well, you've openly stated you didn't like the 1978 special, but because this one is a Lego version, it's really able to take the mickey out of itself. It's allowed to have fun at the Star Wars universe. Does that forgive all the ills from the previous special?
Robert, that may be going too far. I'd rebooked the therapy because I thought that was over, but no, it's awakened those memories. They stay there. What can I say? It was huge fun to be in the first one, but this one is different, and you hit the nail with Lego. You can take. I wondered whether you could say but you said Mickey, which is good. You can make.
I was going to say take the piss.
I know. I thought you were going to say this, so you didn't. But I would have said this. You can take the piss out of these movies because they can be led. People can get a bit pompous about them if you're not careful. The Force and the dark side and all that stuff, and who did what to whom, whatever. So I love the irreverence that Lego has always brought, whatever the product. Lego, because you can't be serious if you're a dumpy, sort of inch and a half inch doll. You cannot be serious.
Well, this is such a thrill to be speaking to you, Anthony. So thank you for the decades of joy that you've brought fans like me, even all the way over here in Australia.
That is it's really nice of you to say that, but I'm immediately going to chip back because when you think about it, and maybe this doesn't really occur, I'm going to say thank you to you and everybody else, all the fans who have reciprocated, who have enjoyed, who have watched, who have loved what I and the other members of the cast and crew and producers and so on have brought to you. And in the book, I do talk about the fact that without the fans, there would have only been one Star Wars film. It was called The Star Wars. Then it became Star Wars, or The Star Wars. Then it became Episode 4 because the fans took it and loved it. So George made the next film, Empire Strikes Back, and so on. So you're thanking me, and I'm thanking you for playing your part as a member of the audience without being sickly about it. But it's a two-way process, and you're part of the team, and I thank you.
Well, what I want to know is, do you think that your golden character will remain in the history of cinema like the original robot of the Metropolis by Fritz Lang?
Yes, I do sincerely believe that, because like Ava, I think her name was, the robot, C-3PO is an iconic film. And on set, walking to the scene through the crew, I would regularly say, move out of the way, icon coming through, holiday icon coming through. And of course, people laughed. But 3PO is an icon forever and ever. And he will outsurvive me, he will outsurvive all of us, because now with the electronic media, these images, as much as Maria and Metropolis exist forever, so will Star Wars and so will 3PO. And I'm very proud about that because I respect him a great deal.
All right, let's talk The Mandalorian now, Mr. Daniels. And look, it's been a big hit for Disney, but I've got a bit of a problem with it. And that is that there's no 3PO. Will we see 3PO in the future?
I would love to see C-3PO in The Mandalorian, and I hope you will be talking to the producers on my behalf because my phone is ready.
Anthony, I wonder, is there a difference in your performance when you're in the golden suit and when you're simply doing voiceovers in character like you did for this holiday special?
The only difference is I'm not wearing a suit. I am there in jeans and a shirt of some kind that doesn't make rustly noises in the microphone. So you have to be careful what kind of material you're wearing. Because 3PO, I stand up, I stand as him, so a very tight bum, tight stomach, and very tense because he's a tense character. But he moves most of the time when he's talking. And if I'm wearing the wrong clothes, cotton that's a bit sharp or whatever, it can make rustly noises. So I have to be very careful to wear sloppy clothes. That way I can remain as physically as 3PO, much to the amazement of any visitors who watch and they go, God, I can see the costume. I can see. If you watch me, people forget that I'm there in the shirt and the jeans. They see the gold. And that's kind of fun for me.
And in your book, which, by the way, I've actually read twice. I read it in Fiji earlier this year. And coincidentally, not knowing I was doing this, I read it just again. But you talk about the neglect that you felt towards the character C-3PO at the end of the first film. Were those observations more about the way that C-3PO has been treated on screen, or is this more about yourself as an actor?
Yeah, that's a really clever, thoughtful question. When I decided to write the book, I decided it should be as honest as possible, without hurting people, without making stupid, fantastic claims, whatever, just the way it was. And I thought it was important, certainly to me, to say that it was very, very difficult at the beginning when Lucasfilm tried to pretend that I had nothing to do with the film, that I wasn't that character, I had no input, that I wasn't the puppeteer. All right, I got a little credit on the roll-up at the end. That was a very, very hurtful experience. And it's interesting that I had never actually put together what you just said, that the 3PO gets pushed around, dumped on, ignored, everything, bullied through all of these stories. And yeah, now you've made me think about that. But what I do in the book is to come towards the end and say, and I'm not reading it, I'm remembering, that I realized that for several years I'd harbored resentments. And why wouldn't I? They were very serious miscalculations about how to treat a person. That changed over the years, but those resentments did stay very, rather like memories of the original holiday special. They stayed somewhere in the back of my mind, and certainly writing about them brought them out again. But then I move on to say, but then time changed, that I realized that things had moved on, that those hurts would always stay there as hurts, but they weren't going to hurt anymore unless people brought them up, and then they will revive. But now there are better things to talk about. There's lovely things that happen. Working with JJ, adorable. Having the enjoyment and affection and respect of the fans, I realized it was an amazing event to happen towards me. And so eventually, as time went on, my stupidity, my hurts, my naiveness, my initial feelings changed so that I can now happily talk to you about my joy of being part of this program, about other Star Wars events, part of being part of the whole fan world. But always there will be memories. It would be stupid to deny them. But now I have moved very, very far away from that initial process. But again, thank you for really intelligent and a rather thought-provoking question, which I will think about.
Well, Mr. Daniels, you've been the shining light throughout the entire Star Wars universe, and even that holiday special in 1978. I wanted to ask you...
How dare you remind me of that?
No, I just wanted to ask what your memories were of that.
Right, but, I'm sure you have read my book in English, possibly. I am C-3PO, The Inside Story, because I'm plugging it away like mad. Why not? But one of the most amusing chapters, possibly, it refers to the original holiday special in 1978, which was remarkable in so many ways. First of all, filming it on the set in LA was a dismal experience. And bear in mind, this is meant to be the happiest day in the life of an Ewok, not Ewok. What are the big ones called? The Wookiees. They will get together, like every religion has its festival days and life days for the Wookiees. And there we were meant to be celebrating this event. And there's Mark and Carrie and Harrison and me in this very dark, basically black drapes. It was like a funeral. It was dreadful. And then you watched it and you thought, I didn't realize it was as dreadful as that, but it was. So when the producers came to me and said, we're going to make a holiday special, I laughed. But as you will find out, it's very, very different, and it's charming, and it's Lego that I adore. And 3PO has seen all sorts of things over the years. He's been on the Donnie and Marie Osmond show and the Muppet Show, and he's used to crazy experiences that bring out certain qualities in him. And so long may that go on.
Well, Anthony, I watched this new holiday special with my 10-year-old daughter and she loved it. Thank you for being with us today.
Great to hear your accent.
It's the Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo, Ben, Rob and Robbo Show.